Hey man, what up, y'all? Man. Carrots and Morris, what up, man? Amal, what's up, man? Oh man, I tried to warn y'all, man. Tried to warn y'all, man. Man, y'all get in here, man. Y'all get in here so we can talk about this crazy shit. Tried to warn y'all. Tara Helms, what's up, honey? Tried to warn y'all. Seth Son, what up, man? Tried to warn y'all, man. Oh man, these pastors. Oh. Content announcement. Try as we might, we could not get Patreon's very rudimentary streaming set to work with Restream. So I would be able to do lives over there, but it would just be like the old days when they first started lives on YouTube. It wouldn't be like this is, where I can put footage in and shrink myself down and have it won't be like that. So when we get starting probably next week, the override majority of my lives are going to be on my website. I will still put Patreon content up there every day. So I guess I'll do a shift to where a lot of my old school throwback shit will go on my website, and then a lot of my fresh shit will go on the Patreon. We'll do it like that. Cam writes, happy Friday, Tito. I'm planning on getting me a 2015 Toyota Tundra TR3 pretty soon. Nice. Science guy, what up? Hey, I was just thinking that Lion writes, yeah, these pastors are the modern day Pharisees. They will receive the greater damnation for their fraud and theft. Yep. They sure will. Mr. O, what up? Chris Brown, what up? King Guest writes, these dudes are getting extremely desperate. The state must be threatening to shut them down. You know what? I think that this is what happened. I think that when the Trump administration came in and shut down a lot of that USAID money, trust me, the Democrats was using some of that money as kickbacks to make these pastors plug the party from the pulpit. So they probably had these pastors start up other non-for-profits and shit, and then was making anonymous donations to them or fake account donations to them, and that's how they was paying them. Yep, and now that the USAID shit is over, now they scrambling for money. Jermaine Taylor, what up, man? Igor, what up? That's what I think happened. Distant Rose, what up, man? That's what I think happened. Straight up. All right, man. Yeah, that's one of the things I did agree with David Carroll about. Bob Miller said this is something that David Carroll tried to warn us about with these black pastors. Yeah. All right, man. Fair use. Sad one.
Let me just see by show of hands what God is asking you for. You've never given an offering that big before. Let me see. If you believe in God for your business to make $1 million, it could be a $10,000 seed. If you believe in God Well, it could be a $20,000 seed. I'm just going to tell y'all, it's already in writing. I'm believing God for 7 people to give a $20,000 seed. I know they're going to have this on the internet, but I don't care. Somebody going to hear it, and they're going to give the 20,000. I'm believing God for so many of you. I don't know the number right offhand, but I'm believing God for a number of you to give a $10,000.
It's crazy to hear a pastor. I haven't heard not one word of scripture yet. I haven't heard not one line, not one sentence out of scripture yet. All I hear is him quoting figures. That's all I hear. That's all I hear. Carrington Morris writes, don't tell me they're losing the support of the black woman. Well, not in spirit, but definitely financially, because that's another thing that y'all got to understand. Not only had they possibly have been defunded by USAID, but they also have been defunded because a lot of their donors lost their jobs. Right? A lot of their donors lost their jobs, man.
Seed. The number of you to give a $5,000 seed. Some of y'all sitting in here right now with $5,000 purses. They don't never have a sale. If Louis Vuitton had
a $5,000 seat. So wait a minute. Please don't tell me that this man is selling seating positions in this church. Please don't tell me that. Cheese Doodle, thanks for the cash app. Don't let that brother be alone. I hope I
had a 24-hour sale. Some of y'all would apply for a credit card. I'm telling, put it on the internet, I don't care. Go apply for a credit card. You would apply for a credit card to do anything else? Go get you a credit card so you can obey God.
Go get you a credit card so you can obey God. That's what the man said. Go get you a credit card so you can obey God. So go and have a hard pull done on your credit so you can obey God. Now, I wonder if this pastor is talking about billing you on a monthly basis, right? Because if he is, well, damn, I just predicted this last week. No, this week. What did I just say a couple days ago? I said that, hey, one day these pastors are going to set up a website and bill you in advance for tithes. I just said that shit a couple of days ago, and then I scrolled down my feed and find this. Trevor Helms, thanks for the cash app. Don't let her be alone. I was just talking about this shit the other day. I was just talking about this the other day. Right? None of this is biblical. None of this is biblical. None of this is scripturally based. Right? None of this is scripturally based. Let me tell y'all something. For those of you that know, because most of the people here are going to tend to be those that are walking in truth. But for those that are not, or those that are, Christian believers or agnostics, let me tell y'all something. The practice of tithes comes from the Old Testament. Now, that's a major bone that I have to pick with Christianity and with these pastors, because if you ask them, and I said this a couple of days ago, if you ask them about women dressing scantily, right? They will say that, well, only God knows their heart. They will say, come as you are, no judgment. And if you point to the scripture, if you point to Proverbs 31 and all of that, some of them will say, hey, we under a new covenant. Well, we're going to have to change that, Terry Helms, because these pastors do not represent the Most High. Terry Helms says this is one of the reasons that I was an atheist for years. Yeah, we're going to have to change that. But you ask them about the dietary regulations in Deuteronomy, and they will tell you that, hey, we under a new covenant. You can't let them men down there that screaming Bible verses tell you what meats that you can enjoy. We under a new covenant now. That's what they'll tell you. That's what they'll tell you. You talk about the keeping of one wife, which is totally pagan. Totally. The keeping of one wife is a totally pagan concept. But they'll tell you, hey, we under a new covenant. Well, why are we not also under a new covenant when it comes to you making money? That's the only part of the Old Testament that these pastors seem to respect. That's the only part they seem to respect. Right? Now, the practice of tithing comes from the Old Testament. It comes from Leviticus and Deuteronomy. Thank you. Thank you. Lion writes, tithes were to be given to the Levites, not these random pastors. I know it say levitate, but I know what he meant. Levites, not these random pastors. Thank you. The Levites kept and maintained the tabernacle, and then after the temple, they kept and maintained the temple. That was their only job. They were the priests of the Most High. They kept and maintained the temple, and they kept and maintained the Ark of the Covenant. They procured and managed the burnt offerings. That was their only job. So in exchange for that, it was the commandment of the Most High, speaking through Moses, that they were to give a proceed of their earnings to the Levites. Now, mostly that which was rendered onto the Levites was rendered in the form of food. Right? It was rendered in the form of food. The Israelites did not give to the Levites so they could have big ass gold bracelets and silk robes, like the high priest from the other religions. The Levites did not accept rewards from the Israelites, or alms, I should say, from the Israelites, so they can maintain a cohort of temple prostitutes like the other religions, or cults, some people will say. Right? You know what? That won't surprise me. 313. Detroit 313 writes, now these churches are probably accepting EBT, stocks, and crypto. Well, the EBT will be illegal. That will be illegal. But stocks and crypto, yeah. I mean, some people do have cash on their cars, so I won't put it past them. I won't put nothing past them. Nothing. Right? But it was never meant in scripture for the Levites to become rich by performing the duties that were obligated onto them by the Most High. It was just meant for them to maintain the temple, the tabernacle, and in the temple, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. And the Levites were skillful enough to make their own jewelry and all of the decorations in the temple, the altars, all of that. Yep. So, how sad is it to see the scripture and the living word of the Most High corrupted and twisted into a device to make money for mortal men? How unfortunate and miserable it is to witness those who are the descendants of God's chosen fund their own demise, both physically and spiritually, through these corrupt preachers. Because that's what I see whenever I see a preacher operating like this. That's what I see. But how sad is it? Right? I just want to know what in the future will be the limit. Tara Helms writes, I just don't get why they stay and deal with that. The reason that people stay and deal with these pastors is, number one, is epigenetic. Generations of their family have dealt with this shit too. That's the number one reason. The number two reason is that a lot of these people don't feel like they have any place to go or anybody to talk to. Right? They don't feel that they have any place to go to or anybody to talk to. So they go into these churches and they seek solace in these churches. They don't have $500 a month. $500 a week to give to a therapist to go to a weekly session, or even bi-weekly. They don't have that. So they go to these churches. They go to these churches in hopes that something that pastor says will resonate with them and help them find solace, or that they can actually seek the counsel of the pastor himself. With the dysfunctional families that a lot of these people come from, they go there seeking community. Right? They go there seeking community. And these pastors know that. They know that it's people coming into these churches in these hoods. They know that there's people coming in there. They know that there's people coming in there who got sold into prostitution as children. They know that there's people coming in there that might have saw one of their parents overdose. They know that there's people coming in there that might have been brutally beaten by one of their parents until they left their house. They know that it's people coming in there who their mother might have entertained a man that was raping them, or multiple men, successive men in a row. Right? They know that it's people coming in there that's recovering drug addicts, that's recovering alcoholics. They know. They know that it's lonely women coming in there who are gauche, who have very poor attitudes, but for some reason still can't seem to find a man, and won't do any introspection to realize that it's them. Right? They know that there's people coming in there like that, and yet they help cast this delusion that somehow they can pray or manifest them a man. That's why the emphasis is always on Ruth and Boaz. That's why that's such a favorite in the black church. Because these women think that they can pray their way to a man instead of being a better person and get the man. They don't want to change anything about themselves, so the easy way is just to pray for it. They don't want to work for it, but they want to pray for it. No, manifesting is not in the scripture. It's not in the scripture. And to me, some of what I see is tantamount to witchcraft. Tantamount to witchcraft. King Des Rice and Pastor encourage that as well. Yeah, they do. They do. They do. You out there on the road. Ron Solomon said he was in the shipping office. Out there on the road. Yep. TD Jakes did make it worse with Women Thou Art Loose. Yep. Yep. They loose, I. They real loose. Oh, it ain't just YouTube. It ain't just YouTube. Tara Helms writes, Black women on YouTube are openly admitting to being witches. Yeah, it ain't just YouTube. It's I'm under attack by witches daily. I'm under attack by witches daily. The other content creators that fail, they take credit. They take credit for ending their life. They take credit for David Carroll. They take credit for Alan Roger Curry, and they take credit for Kevin Samuels. And I guess since they can't assail my health, they assail me in other places. People said that they've been inside of their groups on Facebook and shit and seen my picture in there. Yep. I see a lot of that too, Shizu. I see a lot of that too. G Doodle writes, I see Western women everywhere calling themselves Lilith on their profiles. Yep. Or saying things like no well-behaved woman ever made history. Just you know, all about self-worship these days. Oh, they do? Brother Zeke said they credit the Dark Mother for Kobe Bryant's death. Carrington Morris writes, the ability to cloak themselves among the masses. Wow, I compete, you know. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, they will pay. They will pay. You know, Terry Helms writes, I read somewhere in scripture. That you will pay for casting spells on people. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. I know a young woman that was into that damn voodoo. Now she walking around with lupus. Ain't even 25 years old. Yep, ain't even 25 years old, walking around with lupus in constant pain. So they put spells, you know, they damage mechanical things that I have, my tools and everything. Channels getting deleted. That's where they have to work on me at, because they can't assail my health. That's where they have to work on me at in order to get me to give up. Yep. Or they plague me with dick riding trolls like this. What? Can somebody tell me what causes a man to be this obsessed with another man? You would think I actually stole something from this guy, or fucked this woman, or did something to his did something to one of his relatives. I've had guys who I might have broke their cousin nose in a fight, or even shot one of their relatives, and they didn't follow me as persistently as this nigga Gabe. Yeah, the Nigerian pony. Yeah, that's him. Horse teeth ass nigga. Why you can't believe the channel's still alive? Gabe, it don't matter how many times they delete my channel, I still got a website and I still got a Patreon. In a couple of weeks, I'm not even gonna be streaming over here that much. I have my own website, nigga. You welcome to come over there and dick ride if you want to, but you gotta pay. If you're not already subscribed, you're welcome to come over there. All you doing is showing us how fucking miserable you are. That's all you doing. This is how miserable you are. We sitting here talking about, we sitting here talking about black pastors, and here you come. Something that don't have nothing to do with you. Nobody goes to your website. Well, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Brian Solomon, thanks for the cash out, man. Don't let that brother be alone. Actually, 172 people came over there. Is what my jetpack stats say, Gabe. And when I start streaming over there, it'll be a lot more. And let me see my Patreon. And in the past 30 days, I've had like 2,100 visits on my Patreon. How many people came to see what you was talking about, nigga? How many people came over to your channel to look at your motherfucking ugly ass face and your big ass gums? How many people came over there to listen to your motherfucking tether babble? How many? You ain't never been popular in your motherfucking life, nigga. You yourself said you was on the band. And then to make it so bad, you was an African nigga on the band. So I know that one no motherfucker studying you in school. And I know at that building full of white folks you work at, I know you not popular over there. Oh, here go your weakness right here. Gabe Bryce, I just got a check from LinkedIn for my LinkedIn learning course, so students are increasing daily. I bet you your motherfucking check wasn't as big as Theo's was, you dick riding ass nigga. I bet you your check wasn't as big as Theo's was. I bet you ain't have as many motherfuckers coming over there to learn your low level ass certifications as Theo did. And that's why you're mad, because you can't fuck with Theo. And I don't think Theo stream a lot, so you got to run your bitch ass over here. That's a good question, Tara Helms. I don't understand this shit either. Tara Helms writes, why do non-Americans assume that they have a right to insert themselves into FBA culture? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. This nigga even came over here before and told me that he's blacker than me. Fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Also, you scamming 5,000 people, huh? So you scamming 5,000 people. Okay. Well, maybe we can get some of them people's screen names and recommend Theo to them. I'm glad you told us you got a course over there. We'll be checking on it. You're not American. You're not American. You're not American. Both of your parents are not persons born under the jurisdiction of the United States. Or do you want me to go back and look again? You a tether. Your mother was goddamn of a fool enough to have a baby with a musty ass African ape, and now you here. And the only reason, because African men don't like Black American women. They really don't like Black American women. They see getting with a Black American woman as a strategic choice. Actually, you have a lot of African men, especially West African men, that get with Black American women, and then that's why I be telling Black American women, watch what you post online. Don't be posting all them thirst traps and shit. They get with Black American women, have kids by them, and then wait, because a lot of times after a woman get out of a relationship, they start posting all this thirst trap shit, them getting drunk, party, and all of this shit. And then they use that as evidence against that woman and get custody of her. Why do they do that? Because before Trump, they never wanted to deport the custodial parent of that child, which would be viewed as an American citizen. So a lot of African men do that type of lick. And that's what your mother was doing. That's what your father was doing with your mother, nigga. You wasn't even born out of the urge to create a family, nigga. You was born as a motherfucking immigration status decision. At least most of these motherfuckers in here, parents probably actually liked each other. Or you didn't think we was gonna find out? I bet you your mother and father probably don't even fucking speak to each other anymore. Don't make me go and find that out too. You would really be trying to flag me then. Yep, of course. Tara Helms writes, I know a Nigerian man that married an FBA. The woman's daughter is still my sister's friend. He made a point of constantly berating the FBA wife and kids. Of course. He hates them. He hates them. But it's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot of. I know a couple of women that's going through that shit right now, where they in court, or they already got custody successfully taken from them by an African man, and you know that white people favor these Africans in court, because that's the reason they even brought these niggas over here, is to replace us. But as Gabe is finding out, never could you replace us, because you can't replace Theo, nigga. You can't replace Theo. They bought you monkey ass niggas here because they was operating under the assumption that black is black. Yep. And it didn't work out that way. Theo is on heart medication. Okay, what do that have to do with you not being able to fuck with him? So if you got your full vigor and vitality, you should be surpassing him, right? And you still can't. And you still can't. And you still can't. And you still can't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I don't want to be anything like Theo. Yes, you do. Because a lot of you black monkey ass niggas wish you was what Theo is, a light-skinned American citizen. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You miserable fuck. Because that's what you are, a miserable fuck. So stay over here. Stay over here for my whole live, the whole entirety of the rest of this live, to let everybody know how fucking pathetic and slavish and miserable you are. I got beef with plenty of motherfuckers online. I don't randomly show up in they motherfucking lives. Fuck them. Like that piece of shit Tether, Wacky World the O. That nigga, that Haitian nigga that's over there from fucking that live in Brooklyn. I don't show up on his bullshit ass podcast. I don't show up on BGS's fucking snooze fest, right? I don't show up to that shit. But look at Theo. Shit, nigga. I think I might be on your mind more than your own wife and kids. Shit, I don't think I've even mentioned your ass since last year. And here you are. When is the last time I mentioned this nigga? Like in November or some shit? And here he is. Here he is. Pathetic as ever. Let me tell you something, Gabe. I have to tell you the same thing I've told my other dick riders. I don't like boys. I don't like boys. I like women. I don't like boys. I like the feeling of little pussy hairs poking me in my back while somebody is sitting on top of my back giving me a massage. Or when they lay all the way down to rub my shoulders up here to their nipples on my back. That's what I like. That's what I like. I like that squishy feeling of pussy in my mouth. Okay? When it's cold outside, I like to see the little bitty shoes by the door. You know, I like women, nigga. I don't like boys. I don't mind a bra hanging up on the towel rod in the kitchen, in the sink, I mean. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like boys. You obviously like boys because you follow me wherever the fuck, but I just need you to know that I don't like boys. I don't. So why you keep coming over here, I don't know. Now, if I was roasting you or something, I could see. But like I said, nigga, I ain't talked about you since Alabama, since fucking November. You showing that you like boys. Why are you over here? This is some obsessive homoerotic shit. You right. Yes, you are sus as fuck. You are sus as fuck. Do I show up to your even after you flag my shit? Do I show up to your channel? Have I ever left a comment or any? No. But you over here, nigga, you showing that you like boys. You showing that you like boys. You are. You. Oh, let me see what Tito doing today. Do y'all even realize? Do y'all even? How do you figure you have control over my content? How do you figure that? He writes, Gabe writes, I'm here because I've have control over your content. It's fun watching a lame activated by a chat room. How am I activated by a chat room? Have I raised my voice one single octave? No. We have this little sidebar that we have over here with the chat. We have this for a reason. It's because it's alive. It's two-way communication. It's interactive. How do you not understand that? Especially as a person that works with computers. How do you not understand that? That's what this is for. This is not, I'm not on a Zoom call giving a lecture. Right? That's not what this is. How was that control? That's not control. How was that control? You know what control would be? Control would be if as soon as I saw you make a comment, I logged off. Like, oh man, see, I ain't come for this trolling shit, and then rage quit. That's control. That would be an example of control, but that is not what's happening right now. What's happening right now is that as long as this channel is up, or if I download this video for posterity, exists a record of how motherfucking lame you are. See, I don't have any kids yet, but if I did, they could watch this video and they could be like, damn, daddy, who is this nigga that was dick riding you? And I say, oh, Gabe, it was some Nigerian nigga that looked like a fucking horse. Niggas' teeth look like chiclets and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck was wrong with him. I tried to tell him that following somebody that you don't like and don't agree with online is evidence of a mental illness, but he never listened. Commiserately, if your kids was to see this video, they'd be like, Dad, why were you trolling that man? Who was he? And no matter how you try to dress it up, you're gonna look like the fucking idiot. You're gonna look like you're the one that's unhinged. You're gonna look like the one that you don't have nothing better to do. Not me. This is my channel you're on. This is not control. This is you making a fucking fool out of yourself. See, we not in Africa. We're in America. We have a concept here called dick riding, and right now you're dick riding me. Now you're dick riding me. No, this is an addendum to the core discussion. I already talked about it's and Dick Rider. It's more than 13 people here. It's not just 13 people here. The majority of the space won't even see this video. There's 13 people here. Look, let me tell you something. They will. They will. They will. More people watch my shit than you think. More people watch my shit than you think. No, Kefir, it's actually 38 people on here. In case you can't count, it's actually 38 people on here. It goes back and forth. Well, if it goes back and forth, dumb motherfucker, then why do you keep talking about it? God, heaven forbid your wife ever leave you. You go catch a stalking case, my guy. If that bitch ever leave you, she go get an order of protection on you. You go violate the order of protection a couple of times, and you're gonna have a stalking charge. Because that's what type of personality you have. I can only imagine how you go act over a person that you actually fucking if they should leave you. The way you acting over me, I ain't never even seen your ass in person. Like I said, this is an indicator of mental illness. You know why it says that, dumbass? Gabe, you know why it says that? It says the number of the people at the stream. There are not 38 people here. LOL. That's on this channel, you dumb motherfucker. This website allows me to stream across multiple platforms, dumbass. So in total, now I have 41 people watching me. How are you trying to teach classes? That's another reason you can't fuck with Theo. How are you trying to teach classes and you don't even know how to fuck the internet work, bro? You don't know how the internet work? StreamYard, Stream Deck, OBS Studio, Restream, they all allow you to stream across multiple platforms. How the fuck do you not know that? And you work with computers. You a dumb nigga. You are a dumb nigga. If it wasn't for these white folks deciding to use y'all as a foil against us, you wouldn't have shit, nigga. You wouldn't have shit. You motherfucking African niggas talk about how y'all work hard and save money. Bullshit. They give y'all shit. The Office of Refugee Resettlement gave your bitch ass daddy everything he got, nigga. The Office of Refugee Resettlement gave your bitch ass daddy everything he got. When they brought his musty ass off the boat. Well, get that shit right, dumb nigga. Get that shit right. And it's people still coming in here. There's people still coming in here. Like I said, I could stream across like fucking 5 different platforms. It's not 93 no more. We're not doing the Pan-Africanism shit. We're not doing the Pan-Africanism shit. YouTube is a white folks company. Are you giving a platform by white folks? I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. This is not Nigeria, Kefir. We live in a highly collectivized society. And I'm going to explain this to your illiterate ass one more time. One more time. Since YouTube enjoys the status of being tax exempt by Section 203 of the Decency and Communications Act, I, being an American citizen, have just as much right to the public forum as anybody else. Doesn't matter what color of the people are that own it. Because I pay taxes too. I don't know why that's so hard for your dumb ass to understand. But I understand that because it's epigenetic, because of your father, that's barely even a fucking human, because of your father, you have this highly tribalistic mindset. Where y'all gotta separate off into y'all little areas where it's tribes at. We live on this side of the river. We live over the ridge on this side. Boo-yeah-yeah, boo-yeah-yeah. But over here, we don't do that. This is a multi-ethnic society over here. This is a multi-ethnic society over here. Okay? So I'm not like your people sitting somewhere in a motherfucking hut with a solar panel up on top of it with a hanger or some shit trying to get a Wi-Fi signal. So every American citizen that's on YouTube has just as much right to what's seen as the modern public square as anybody else. We all taxpayers, and I'm gonna tell your illiterate ass one more time that since they enjoy tax exempt status because of Section 203 of the DC Communications Act, we all can be on here. So take that fake ass Pan-Africanist shit and shove it up your gay Nigerian ass. Okay? Maybe that tribalism shit works over there, doesn't work over here. Doesn't work over here. So run along, and continue to kiss white ass all day like they brought you over here for a nigga. Run along. You keep getting kicked off your modern public square. That's why they keep deleting your channels. You sound like a bitch. You sound like a fucking bitch. You sound like a bitch. You sound like a gossiping ass bitch in a fucking hair salon, nigga. That's what you sound like. What would be the point of blocking you? What would be the point of blocking you? Blocking you would be just like blocking my bitch when I get into it with her. I already know that it's pointless to block her because she's gonna call me from another number. And the same thing with your bitch ass. If I was to block you, the only thing you go do is start up a troll profile when you get bored and bring your gay ass back over here. So what would be the point? You got the psychology of a bitch, so I have to deal with you on the level of a bitch. What would be the point? Block you for what? You the next, as soon as you realize you blocked, you go come right back with a troll profile. This the same way my bitch act. This the same. Look how you act. You a grown ass man acting like a young bitch. You realize that you a grown ass man acting like a bitch in her early 20s. If you want me to leave, you should block me. Otherwise, I'll keep talking. You could also ignore my comments. That's another option. But why come over here? You see the level of maturity that this nigga has. Like I said, you acting like a young bitch. That would be just like if my bitch pissed me off and then she kept calling me and then I finally picked up the phone and she said some more shit to piss me off. And I would say, why the fuck do you keep saying this dumbass shit? You don't have to answer the phone if you don't want to hear it. That's the same shit you're doing. No, this ain't, I'm not talking nothing sexual. I'm talking about your bitch-like behavior, nigga. You're acting like a bitch. I'm not talking about nothing sexual. Ain't nothing sexual about arguing and not, no, you're acting like a bitch. And any woman to come here and be like, yeah, he you acting like a bitch. You are repeatedly making involuntary communications with me. And yeah, you would come over here with another profile. Yes, you would. I know you would. I know you would. Because if you got enough tenacity to keep coming back over here with your profile, then why would you not come back over here with another one once you realize you blocked? And it have been broadcast why I completely ignored you for the whole entirety of it. Then it stopped you from coming back. You came right back. Why? Because you have the psychology of a bitch. You have the psychology of a bitch that just found out that her nigga got somebody else's phone number. That's how you acting. Damn near like some of my girlfriends I had in high school, nigga. You functioning on the level of a young bitch. And here it is. I thought African men was supposed to be so calculating and unemotional and patriarchal. But acting like a straight bitch. Look at all yo. You know what? If I want to get Mike feedback, if I can, well, they can see you. They can see you in the chat. They can see you in the chat. They can see you in the chat. You just keep going. You make yourself look like a dick rider. You talking about power, nigga? You look powerless. You make yourself look like a dick rider. You know what? You know what power? You know what true power is? If you actually had the self-control to just be like, man, fuck that nigga. I'm not watching none of his shit no more. Because when there's somebody online that I don't fuck with, I never see that shit again. That's power. That's having self-control. You don't have self-control. You have a basic lack of self-control. Anytime you see that I'm doing a live, here you come. So don't talk to me about power if you ain't even got control over yourself as a man. That's what I'm saying, Chris Brown. The whole chat is filled up with his bitch babble. The whole chat. He talking about power while he... You a fan, nigga. What the fuck you mean power? You a fucking fan. You a fan. You a fucking fan. Watch this. We gonna let AI watch this. Watch this. Is it a sign of mental illness to constantly follow a channel that you don't like on social media?
While constantly following a channel you dislike, sometimes called hate following, isn't a sign of mental illness. It could indicate stress, anxiety, or even compulsive behavior. It might stem from a need for control or to validate negative feelings, acting as a distraction. For medical advice or a diagnosis, consult a professional.
Why people hate follow? Emotional regulation. I just said you got a problem with emotional regulation. Using the negative content to temporarily distract from loneliness, boredom, or anxiety. Confirmation bias. Seeking out content that fits a negative mood, leading to emotional fatigue. Intermittent reinforcement. The brain gets small rewards or dopamine hits from finding things to feel anger or disagreement, making the habit hard to stop. Also, that's what's wrong with you. The illusion of control. The illusion of control. Scrolling allows users to monitor threats, which can feel like controlling their environment. There go the control that you're talking about, or the illusion of it. When it becomes controlling, when it becomes concerning. Compulsive behaviors, obsessively checking the channel despite feeling distressed afterwards. Mental health impact, it contributes to worsening anxiety, depression, insomnia, or mood swings. Social media addiction, it is often linked to an inability to stop despite knowing it negatively impacts your well-being, which is a symptom of potential social media addiction. Yeah, this ain't a good look for you, Gabe. Not a good look for you. It's craziness to follow a channel that you don't like. Hate following is craziness. It's the most pointless fucking thing in the world. Like I said, 20 years from now, if I had kids and they was to watch this shit, they'd be like, wait a minute, who the fuck was dude? And I'm explaining, they're gonna be like, the fuck? Motherfuckers was crazy like that back then? Yep. Now try explaining it to your kids why you was trolling me. And no matter how you try to explain it, you gonna look like a petty, vindictive, stupid motherfucker. And just a little bit gay. Right? It's not crazy to respond to somebody who I think is mentally unstable. Professionals do this every day. Professionals, and we have to do it. People who live in urban spaces, we have to do it every day. It's a million mentally unstable motherfuckers out here in the Chicago area. Millions of them. You gotta negotiate with these motherfuckers every day. The same thing I'm doing with you right now. Same thing I'm doing with you right now. I don't know how things work in Nigeria, right? I don't know how they work in Nigeria, but you know, you don't get the option all the time of ignoring a mentally unstable person, right? Yep. Like Nas said, hating is just confused admiration. Yep. Because when I want to get a woman, I don't have to bribe or induce somebody else to try to talk to the woman for me. Unlike this lame nigga. Actually, women come up to me. Unlike this lame nigga. And I care about this why. I was just in Chicago at the CompTIA testing headquarters last month. And shit. Hope you was wearing deodorant. Because ain't nothing like being inside of an enclosed space with a disgusting, funky ass African. Hope your right guard and your left guard was working that day, musty nigga. Well, all right, man. I'm about to get up out of here. I'll probably come back at 5:15. I do know one thing. I got to figure out why in the fuck is the time and date wrong on my computer and why is it frozen? This is weird. I don't want to be your boyfriend, Gabe. I don't like boys. I have to say that in closing. It's been a Black Pill PSA. Peace. Why don't you try controlling your bitch? Why you talking about you controlling some shit? Why don't you try controlling your bitch? Nigga, it's been an hour. You think I'm finna sit up? Gabe, I don't like boys, so I'm not finna sit up here and spend the balance of my day fucking with you. It's already been an hour now. So I'm not stream quitting. I hope that's not an attempt at reverse psychology, nigga. Whatever, man.